If you're like everybody else, Wikipedia is the first and sometimes the only stop we make when we want to know something. The vast volume of information that is available on Wikipedia and its neutral presentation can increase its perceived authority. But the way articles evolve over time is also Wikipedia's greatest weakness. The journey of a Wikipedia article begins when it is created by an anonymous Wikipedia contributor. This initial contributor can be almost anyone with an internet connection. That person could be a professor, a librarian, or even just a curious writer who enjoys writing about things. They could be agents of a government or an organization trying to influence the information narrative. After the article is created and the initial creator has moved on, the other editors come along and update, write, rewrite, and guard the articles from internet trolls. These trolls take many forms, from adding gibberish to an article to subtly adding or changing information. These trolls are not the only problem. The source material that makes up Wikipedia comes and goes in an ever-changing internet. Many sources are difficult for readers to verify. Content sourcing is frequently limited to digital sources only, because many sources are not available to the public or are locked in non-digitized archives. With the distributed and anonymized authoring system, Wikipedia has accumulated a vast amount of human knowledge in one accessible place. But that is when things start to get messy. Any article on any subject cannot stand alone but relies on other publications as its source of information. The first fundamental rule of Wikipedia is
verifiability, not truth.
This is a two-edged sword. The thousands of anonymous Wikipedians merely compile information from other available sources. The information in an article must be verifiable in another reliable source. That is a good thing, but we have to trust the sources to be right. Sources can be wrong, and frequently many reliable sources disagree. Sometimes that disagreement is reflected in the article, and sometimes not. But Wikipedia is neutral, right?
Wikipedia does not take sides, but the sources often do.
According to Wikipedia, the sources themselves are subject to the biases of the writers and sponsors. The neutral point of view policy that many understand to mean that Wikipedia is neutral does not mean that Wikipedia is neutral. Creating a case of neutral does not mean neutral. The policy only forbids the addition of editorial bias by editors. It does not forbid content bias and content point of view coming from the source. Most of the secondary sources behind an article are far from neutral, and Wikipedia's own editorial manual admits this. Many editors work hard to minimize the effect of source bias if that's possible. But source bias will always be an issue for any subject that is controversial. The editors themselves are subject to a phenomenon called social conformity. This conformity allows minority views to be perceived and accepted as a majority view. The knowledge contained in a Wikipedia article is based off majority view and consensus. If there is a disagreement, editors seek consensus in an article's talk page. Here, the majority view could be manipulated. A group of editors working on a page can be stopped by another group that is coordinating their efforts to effect a specific change. This can make it appear to other editors that more editors hold a different view than what is actually represented. A small but vocal group of editors can effect changes to the information we rely on. Current social perceptions on a subject can also influence how people edit and the wordings they use. Editors and even sources are subject to social conformity. Neutrality on Wikipedia then becomes an impossibility. An ever-present risk is that a group of dedicated individuals can rewrite the most accessible source of knowledge in the modern age. Rewriting to improve and expand is good, unless the rewriting is changing history and the science to fit an ever-changing majority view.